Welcome back to the Chit Chat Knits podcast. My name is Darcy, and I'd like to talk about some knitting today because my needles have been flying, and I hope yours are too. So sit back, relax, grab your knitting if you need to, or your crochet, whatever you enjoy doing, and let's have a little knit chat. Okay, it has been busy around here, wonderfully busy. It's the beginning of June, and we've had some wonderful times visiting with family. We took a few days and went down to Nebraska, where I'm from originally, and visited family. And then we got home, and one of our sons came to visit from Detroit. And then this past weekend, we had a wonderful country family wedding for my niece. And I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit tired today, so I'll try to keep my energy level up. But we had such a good time, and she was such a beautiful bride in a truly country wedding. So it was all just great. But I have a lot to show you, so I'd like to get started right away. The first thing is my Carla's Garden shawl. Now, I did show you this before, and here it is. Look at those beautiful little flowers. And the pattern is live. You can get it on Ravelry. It is live today and ready to go. And there's another pattern coming this week too, another shawl pattern, because it is my birthday week and I want to celebrate with giving you a gift of some new patterns. And just a little hint, I always discount my patterns when I list them. So go to Ravelry and you can get some patterns. The second one will be coming later this week, and I will show you what that pattern is today as we talk. So I've told you how busy we've been and what wonderful times we've been having. What have you been up to? Are you having, I bet some of you have had graduation parties, and now it's June, so we have some June weddings. Has anyone been going camping? I'm excited because this weekend my girlfriends and I are going camping. We do this a couple times a summer, and we call it quill lamping because we are quilters. And the first time we went, we actually took sewing machines, set them up on picnic tables, and quilted. So it's quill lamping is quilt camping. We do crafts. We just enjoy ourselves. We take a couple campers, and so we're not tent camping. We're not out of no. But we just have a great time camping together. So other fun things to look forward to. I'd love to hear what you're up to. Would you leave me a comment? I'd love to hear. Okay, I should talk about where you can find me, and I'll say it at the end too. It's chitchatknits@gmail.com, and my website is chitchatknits.com. You can find me on Instagram as, guess you got it, chitchatknits, and my patterns are all on Ravelry at Chit Chat Knits Design. So should be easy to find me. I'll try to link everything down below for you as usual. So anyway, so I started out telling you about my Carla's Garden shawl, and I'm going to take it off because it is warm today. We are having a warm week. I have a Chit Chat Knits t-shirt on there. And I also wanted to show you the second colorway that I did the shawl in. This is a lighter, pale, softer version. And the yarns are, I showed you before, but just to remind you, they're Daisy Stitch Company. And then the pink, oh, I wish you could see the sparkle. It's a gold Stowina in there, and that is by Arkansas Yarn Co. So pretty. And you know, if you think these little flower stitches are intimidating, don't worry about it. I put a picture tutorial in there that gives you step by step exactly how to do it. It really is easy. You just drop triple wrapping stitches, dropping the wraps, and then on the next round, you're moving your yarn front to back as you slip stitches right to left. That's all it is. It's easy. And again, like I said, I put a picture tutorial in there step by step, shows you exactly how to do it. It's really fun. So that is the Carla's garden shawl. And I just want to remind you that this amazingly bright colors are by Up North Yarns. I should show it to you the right way, shouldn't I? Get it right. All right, so the amazingly variegated bright is called Love from Peter Max. The purple is Love Purple, and the green is Love Green. And I know she's going to have some kits in her shop. That's Up North Yarns, Monica. And I told you in my first episode, I don't know how she does it, because I'm in Western Wisconsin and she's in Michigan. And I put in an order and I have it in days. I mean, I don't know how she gets it so fast, but she does. So check out Monica's yarn at Up North Yarns. Really gorgeous. Okay, and then I was knitting on a Felix cardigan. Do you remember that? It was episode 2 or 3. I showed you the Felix cardigan because I've been really enjoying exploring flower stitches, and I'm actually putting together a little knitting class on knitting flower stitches. So one of the things I wanted to do, if you didn't see this before, was incorporate a flower stitch into a pattern that you can purchase. Not one of my patterns, but another pattern. So I used the Felix cardigan, and I just put in some flower stitches. Aren't those pretty? And I will create a Ravelry page for this. My personal Ravelry name is Knitterdat, Knitterdat, and I will make a page. And I'll also try to insert a picture of me wearing the cardigan. My husband snapped a picture the other day, so we will try to put that in. I put in got some pretty buttons. They're just plain, but I think they turned out nice. And the other thing I did was I used a twisted rib on the front bands, the collar band, the sleeve bands, and the lower band. And I think that's twisted rib. It gives, this is Malabrigo Rios in the colorway Fuchsia 093. And that Malabrigo Rios is a pretty soft yarn. So I thought that would help, the twisted rib would help give the bands a little bit of stability. And it did help. Now, a couple of episodes ago, or last episode, I don't remember, I talked about what to do, was questioning how I was going to, whether I was going to soak this or spray it or what I was going to do for the blocking. And this sort of falls into the don't do what I did, okay? Because I was lucky. So this is not knitting advice, okay? So beware. I soak blocked it, and then I laid it out, and it grew like crazy. So I threw it in the dryer. I carefully watched it 5 minutes at a time, took it out, checked it, decided if it needed more, back and forth. until it came out the perfect size I wanted. And then it was still a little bit damp, so I laid it out, let it finish drying, and it's perfect. I love it. I did a 3/4 length sleeve because I still want to wear it in the summer. Even though it is a merino sweater, I want to be able to wear it out if we go out to dinner and or lunch with a friend and it's cool in a restaurant. I want to be able to wear it. Or a cool evening at the cabin, I want to be able to wear it. And of course, I love bright colors, so I will wear it in the fall too. But don't do what I did. It worked for me, and I've done it before, and it's worked. But I'm always very, very, very careful to check it. It worked. I'll see if I can throw a picture in for you. Isn't that color? Look at that. I'm sort of paling out a little bit because it's so vivid, but I love it. I love it. It's a little bit, it looks like it's going to rain today, and we need rain. It is so dry here in western Wisconsin. We went from tons of snow, melting, and dry. So I'm hoping, so the light's a little bit weird in here today, but we really need some rain because it is dry. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so then, and I wanted to talk to you about what I have on my needles. And that is a new shawl that'll be coming. I have 4 patterns coming out in June. I told you, it's my birthday month. I love June. And so I wanted to celebrate with you. So this pattern will be coming out about the 3rd week of the month, and this is called Each Kindness. And I did show you this. I had done it in Juniper Moon Farm. And I did want to change a couple of things. I show you that ripple stitch. This was inspired by the book Each Kindness that I did show you earlier, but this yarn is from Sun Valley Fibers, and it is so yummy. Look at those colors that Jeanette sent me. They're just beautiful watercolors because this design was inspired by the ripples that are created when you drop a pebble into water. And she just nailed it with those beautiful colors. So what are those colors called? The blue, here we go, Sun Valley Fibers, is called Marrakesh Express. Look at that gorgeous blue. And this one is called Frost. Let me get it in the right light for you. Sun Valley Fibers Frost. I just think that is such a soft, pretty, pale gray color. Wouldn't it make a beautiful hat? You could even, if you wanted bright, you could put a bright pom-pom on it. I think I might have to do that. I have a hat design percolating up here, so maybe that'll happen. We'll see. Anyway, this is 100% blue-faced Leicester Superwash DK. I hope I'm saying that right. They call it BFL, blue-faced Leicester. And I got curious about that. So I pulled up my Fleece and Fiber source book. I don't know if any of you have ever looked at this book, but it's really interesting because it talks about all sheep breeds from around the world. And so I just wanted to read this teeny little part about the blue-faced Leicester. Is also one of the most predictable fleeces out there in many aspects. Micron count or grade, fiber length, and fleece weight. Now, I'm not a spinner, so I don't quite understand all of that. But here's what else it says. A blue-faced Leicester fleece should be uniform throughout with no kemp or hair. Knitters and spinners use this wool frequently enough to refer to it in shorthand as BFL. So there it is. It is an incredibly versatile wool, fine enough not to be scratchy, durable enough to wear well, shiny enough that dyes produce shimmering colors, and moderately feltable. BFL also blends well with other fibers. For example, it lends a touch of resilience to yarns when blended with silk or mohair. So I know a lot of spinners use this book, but I just find it really interesting to look up the different fibers that I'm knitting with. And I am so excited. This shawl is being tested right now, and it's going to be out soon. Look at the sheen in that yarn. Isn't that just beautiful? I just love it. I started knitting this 4 or 5 days ago, and I was at a family event all weekend. So it's really going fast. And, ooh, so pretty. Anyway, that one is called Each Kindness, and that'll be the 3rd week of June. So check that out. The other thing about that shawl, the first sample I did in sport weight. And I love the size, but I wanted to do it also in DK weight to see, where we would come out in size, because I really like DK weight. I like to knit with it. And one of my testers is doing it in fingering weight. So I'm going to add the measurements for all 3 on there on the pattern. So it could be knit in any size, and we'll add some needle sizes to that too. Watch for it. It's coming. All right. So also one of our segments that I told you about that I wanted to do in my podcast was the Go-Go Gadget segment. So today I thought I would show you how I store my needles, because I know a lot of people have different ways of storing needles, and mine is nothing super unique, but it seems to work for me. So I thought I would show you what I do. Let me just reach over here. Okay. This is nothing fancy at all, because you know how I love to use household things you could just, normal things you would have around the house or could easily pick up to use in my knitting. So here's what I do. A few years ago, I bought a set. These are plastic file folders. Simple. I bought a set online, Amazon or something. Just nothing special. And then I marked the size of the needle on each envelope, and then I just have needles in them. All my 5s are in here. All my 6s are in here. I have one for each US size needle, and when I want a needle, I go to it. Now, here's my problem. I seem to go in and have a lot of these. Do you see what this is? This is a case with no needle in it. Where is the needle? That's the problem I have. I seem to get excited, knit something, and not get the needle back in the plastic. Or maybe I have a lot of UFOs hidden away in the closet that have needles in them, and all I have is the container. I'm sure you don't do that. You probably have all your needles perfectly stored. But this is a little problem I have. I did go through last spring and tried to match up my needles to the packages, because also I have a problem with doing this. Throwing them back in and not putting them back in the packages. And maybe that's okay, because if these are all 6s and they're in the size 6, well, that's okay, right? I just get too excited about the next project and don't finish putting things away. But this is my attempt at organization. All the needles are in a numbered packet. And then I have sort of a craft box thing that I've had for a long time that these file folders just fit perfectly down in. And at least I attempt to be organized. There's an attempt there. It may not always be executed perfectly, but there's an attempt. Anyway. All right, so that's our, oop, there, it just went crashing on the floor. That's okay. There's our go-go gadget for this episode. All right, so next up, what's new? What's percolating? Projects are percolating that I really want to get to next. I have some new yarn. I'm excited to show you because don't we all love yarn? Anyway, when I was visiting family in Nebraska, we went to Hobby Lobby. Now, I don't really have a Hobby Lobby very close to me. I would have to drive a good hour or more to get to a Hobby Lobby. So while we were there, we went to Sioux City, Iowa, and I just picked up these little yarns. This is Yarn Bee. And I've never knit with Hobby Lobby yarn before, but I thought it would make a perfect little sweater for my granddaughter. She will be 2 at the end of the summer. Her name is Aurelia Esme, and we call her Ori. And I just thought this little blue color was really a sweet little turquoise. She's a blondie like Grammy, so she will look good in this turquoise blue color. And then I just got this. This is a small little, it was only 99 cents, and it is 65 yards. So I thought just for a little accent, I would do this blue and this white. So we'll see. Maybe that it's called ivory. And this blue is what? Do we have a name? We have art number 37. Here's the name. Aqua 300. Whatever. Let me know if you've ever knit with Hobby Lobby yarn before. This says it's supposed to be low pill fiber, which, you know, young parents are busy. And so if I knit for the grandkids, I try to do stuff that they can just throw in the wash machine. And if it gets in the dryer, fine. This is acrylic, so it should be fine. Or they are really good about hanging things. But if it accidentally got in the dryer, it should be fine. So let me know. Have you ever knit with Hobby Lobby yarn? What do you think? It wasn't expensive, so I just thought I'd give it a shot. Now, I have saved something to show you that I am so excited to knit. Are you ready? Are you ready? Sit down. Because this I love. This is, are you ready? Look at this. Oh, look how pretty that is. Look at that color. Can you see what's in there? It's my favorite turquoise with pink, green, lavender, some orange. This is by Woolens and Nosh. And this is a self-striping yarn. And I have a cowl design that is also coming out in June that I get to knit in this yarn. These are, when Michelle of Woolens Nosh, when I got this in the mail, I sent her a message and I said, these are my colors. How did you know? These are my colors. And this is called Kite Tails. It is 90% Targi 10% nylon. I'll look up Targi and we'll talk about that next time. Oh, I just love this so much. This, she said I could tell you, this is her show color for Zombie Knitpocalypse that is coming up the 3rd week of June. So my design will be shown at ZK, and I'm so excited to knit it in this. So I'm going to finish up my beautiful Each Kindness by Sun Valley Fibers, because look at that shine. And then I'm going to go on and knit this. So aren't I lucky? I get to knit these beautiful yarns. I bet you're a little jealous, aren't you? But you know what? You can get them too. You can contact these people and get these yarns too. I love it. So that's excitement coming up. So excited. All right, now I told you that I have another design coming up this week. Did I say it? It's my birthday. And I love, yes, I'm a Grammy, but I still love my birthday. So I have another pattern coming to you this week. You can get the Carla's Garden Shawl now. Check it out on Ravelry. My Instagram, I linked it. So if you go to chitchatknits on Instagram, and you can go to my bio and there's a link there. Or you can go to Ravelry, chitchatknits designs, and Carla's Garden Shawl is there. But Wednesday, another design is coming. And this one is another beautiful, beautiful shawl in some beautiful yarn. Look at that. Can you see the way this yarn drapes? Look at that. Over here on this side, look at that drape. Isn't it gorgeous? I did this one with this. I wanted to do a wider something down the center spine of the shawl. Instead of just a little 1 stitch or a 3 stitch, I wanted to do something wide. So I did this ribbed cable. And if you have ever been intimidated by cables, this is a 12 stitch cable, but look at, you only do it, I don't remember how many rows it is, but you have quite a few rows where you're just ribbing and then you cable. And I think it's so effective. I also added eyelets to draw the eye to that cable in this yarn. This is by Queen City Yarn. It's their Coleman, and it is 65, let me get this right, I have it written, 65% silk and 35% linen. So it has a sheen to it. It has beautiful drape. And I think that this would make a wonderful summer top because it's soft. The silk is soft, but it has just a little bit of structure. The linen gives it a little bit of structure without making it stiff like linen can be. And sometimes linen can be kind of hard to knit because it doesn't have the stretch that wool has, but that silk, the combination gives you this beautiful texture, and it was just lovely to knit. So I think I would like to pick out a pattern for a summer top and make it out of this. Maybe a boxy style top so that you'd really get that drape that this yarn has. I think that would be really, really nice. Then I thought, I knit the sample and I love knitting it. And then I thought I'd like to try Queen City Yarn's, some of their other yarn. So I ordered their Biddeville, Biddleville, DK, and I knit this one. Isn't that pretty too? And this one is called Mint to Be is the colorway. It's just a pretty soft green. And this one, I think it's a merino. I didn't write down what it is. The tags are all I have. I have to keep a book that I staple the tags, the labels into, because I lose them. I don't know what I seem to do with them, but I lose them. So now I have a book. I keep them in the book, and then I know what they are. But Biddleville DK, again, a beautiful, beautiful drape to this as well. I think for me, this is going to be a great shawl for fall, because being blonde, I don't wear a lot of traditional fall colors, but I like to take something like this and then maybe add like a brown or an orange or something to it, so that, it's a good color for me, but then I can still show a little fall coloring. So this is called, again, it's called the Diana Shawl. I'm not sure I said that. Did I say that? Diana Shawl. And I designed this shawl for my dear friend Diana. She is the person that is always standing behind me saying, you can do it. You can do it. You're doing great. You're doing fine. You've got this. Do you have a person like that that's always telling you, that just believes in you? She believes in me. And so I just really wanted to design something for Diana, because she's a special person, and she just is such a support to me. And I gain a lot of confidence in the things I would like to do, because she's standing there saying, you got this, you can do this. So the name Diana means divine. And so she's a divine friend, and I hope you will find this to be a divine pattern to knit. Okay, so that's what's coming up. The Diana Shawl. And like I said, it's been a busy few days around here. I think I'm going to go take a nap and then get back to my each kind of shawl and just enjoy some relaxation this afternoon. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I hope you're getting some knitting time in. And would you join me in using a hashtag on Instagram? And I'm going to try to put it in here. And it is Knit With Me in 23 CCK Chit Chat Knits. Knit With Me in 23 CCK. If you would use that hashtag, I don't care if it's a Chit Chat Knits pattern, you show me where you're knitting this summer. Maybe some of you like to knit on a boat, on the dock, at a kid's baseball game, at a family picnic. Show me where you're knitting. Let's share. Let's show what we're knitting and show each other where we're knitting. Knit With Me in 23 CCK. All right, until next time, I hope you enjoy your crafting, enjoy your family, and enjoy your summer. Bye for now.